Discipline. What we're going to do, we're going to go into a quick track by artist Polo 500, a.k.a. Bar Non, and this is called Return of the Pimp-ish. And when we come back, we are going to have him on the line talking with us about his music, everything he's up to, all that good stuff. All right, guys, psych word.
All right.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning back in the Psych Word. You are now on the couch with Rob Gerard, and that was Polo 500, a.k.a. Bar Non, with Return of the Pimp-ish. And on the line right now, we have Polo 500. Polo, you there?
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Doing well, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. God is good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you are from Virginia, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. So I got to ask you, what is it difficult being a hip-hop artist in Virginia? What is the scene like out there?
I'm gonna say yes to that question because there's so many people trying to get in. You know, everybody's trying to make their statement, and it's not a lot of support for everybody. So I feel like Virginia is, you know, you have to travel out and get your name out elsewhere. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I can just remember when the last time 2 years ago, I drove from Connecticut down to Florida, and I can just remember how long of a state Virginia was to drive through. I'm like, this state is killing me, man. Just driving through it. It felt like it was never ending.
Yeah, most definitely.
So Polo, tell me a little bit about yourself. Now, how was it that you got started in music? First of all, how old are you?
I'm 26. I just turned 26. So
beautiful.
I got into music. I'm gonna say I did my first song in 2005. I really wasn't serious about the music back then. It took me being incarcerated. I was incarcerated for 4 years, and I just kept writing every day. And it used to be, I used to be scared to let people listen to, you know, what I was saying. And then after a while, I got the confidence. And then people started hearing what I was saying, and they'd be like, man, you got the gift. You need to really, like, you need to pursue that. And so that's how it came about. And I myself, when I go home, you know, I'm not going to let all these writings go to waste.
Absolutely. Now, let me ask you, man. I mean, being that you were incarcerated, okay, I'm sure you're aware of what the recidivism rate is for those that are incarcerated with the chances of going back, you know? So it's like, you know, the odds are really against someone when they get out of prison. And what I like to do, I like to use the analogy of Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas. I mean, just for people that were in prison, because you remember Buster Douglas, he ended up winning. He ended up beating Mike Tyson, you know, and the odds were so against Buster Douglas, but he worked so hard in order to make it and to win. So for someone just getting out of prison, you have to work that much harder than the next guy just to make it to where the next guy can easily get to, right?
Exactly. And I mean, I feel like I'm the hardest working man in the business right now. I'm not just pushing my music. I got a crew, you know, and everybody. I'm looking out for everybody. So I'm just trying to get everybody in at the same time. It's a lot on my shoulders, but I can't fail.
So, hi, this is Denise. I'm the co-host on the show. Thank you for joining us. I just have a question for you. Tonight's topic, we are talking about self-discipline. Where do you find your self-discipline and your drive to get up every day and do what you're doing?
Well, nobody wants to be in it. I mean, I don't want to be in the same predicament I'm in now. You know, I see myself, you know, progressing in life. So without hard work, you can't progress. So I gotta do the small things. I gotta wake up early in the morning. I gotta, you know, be a role model to my son. You know, I'm a single father, so if he sees me working hard, and he's going to put it in his mind that he has to work hard to get what he wants as well. And that's all I'm trying to instill in everybody.
Definitely. Now, growing up, I know you said that you did your first song in 2005, but were you that guy in the back of the classroom that was scribbling rhymes, or is this something that really didn't happen until you went to prison?
No, I always been a writer. I just never took it serious. You know, I've been writing since I was in middle school. I was a youngin' writing, you know, but I never thought anything of it until, you know, you get a few people and you get a couple of you get 20 people saying, "Oh, you got the gift, man. You need to go ahead and, you know, pursue that." I guess it took somebody to tell me, and me starting to believe in myself, you know, to push my music. Go forward with it. Because it started off, I did a lot of spoken word and poetry. And then I ventured out. I tried something new.
Okay, so you did spoken word, you did poetry, but that was only... And I think when you're doing that, I mean, it's a wonderful outlet to do that writing, but unless it's over a beat, how many people are actually going to hear it? Is that the way you felt?
Exactly how I felt. It was like, I mean, people will tell you anything, really. So, you know, it took a while to actually take what people were saying seriously and actually try to pursue and believe in myself. And when I did, you know, I haven't looked back since.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting? It's like you knew that deep down inside, but you had a fear or almost a self-sabotage until you really decided to open up your ears and hear what people were saying and believe in yourself. You couldn't make that next step, right? And then you found that courage in you, which is awesome.
Absolutely. Now, let me ask you something. Who is in your tape deck right now? Who is it that's inspiring Polo 500 to do his songs?
Oh, man, I'm going to say Big Crit. Big Crit is my man. You know,
yeah, of course, Big Crit.
I love Big Crit. J. Cole. I could go on for days. I find my inspiration in a lot of different people. Kendrick Lamar, anybody that can tell a story and, you know, be lyrical with it. Like, my music is for the people that like lyrics-driven hip hop. It's no gimmicks for me. I'm straight to the point. I'm telling the story about my life. A lot of the things that I say in my music really happened to me, so it's relatable.
Now, I'm not sure if the listeners know, but there are a good amount of hip-hop artists and R&B artists that have actually come from Virginia. Who are a couple of those?
D'Angelo, Missy Elliott, Timberland, Pharrell Williams, The Clips. I mean, the list goes on. It's a lot of, you know, you got Maxwell, I think is from D.C. Genuine, Maya.
That's a pretty impressive list, man. I mean, you know, you look at the amount of artists that have come out of Virginia, and that's almost comparable to like Los Angeles or Atlanta. So there's definitely a lot of talent that is down in Virginia. You know, I think it doesn't really surprise people when, you know, talent from Virginia comes, because they're like, okay, that's been happening for years. So it's almost like there's something in the water of people in Virginia. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
So as far as shows go, is there a lot of, what's the performance situation like down there? Now, are there a lot of shows that you can perform at, or is it the kind of scene where it's like, unless you do your own show, there's really nowhere for you to perform at?
It's a few shows, you know, I've seen people do, but I mean, they weren't really crowded. Like I said, the support is not really there in our area. The artists don't stick together like, say, I'm going to say, like, you know, Los Angeles right now is killing it. They got Dom Kennedy, Nipsey Hussle, and all them. They stick together.
Absolutely.
I mean, they advance each other, but it seems like out here it's not really going down like that. Everybody's crew is, you know, beefing with the next crew. And so I think it's kind of suppressing the movement all across the board, really.
Absolutely.
And I think for real that we got the best talent in America coming from this region. But because people won't show unity and stick together, try to get this money together, I don't think, you know, I think it's weakening us.
Now, tell me a little bit about how you've utilized social media and the internet to try to propel yourself ahead of other artists.
I just keep putting music out there, trying to put out a weekly freestyle.
So you try to put out every week. You try to put out a new freestyle track.
Right.
All right, now explain to the listeners that might not know. I'm sure most of them do, but the freestyle track. Now, are you doing it over industry beats? Are you doing it over original beats? Are you giving hooks, or is it just a 16-bar freestyle? What is it you're doing?
Original beats, and then it'd be just me. I might like last week I posted one. I was just going to the casino, Baltimore, and my man put on the beat. Like, man, just going Polo. And put the iPhone up to me, and I just start going in. It's like never playing, really. It just you might hear a beat on YouTube or something. I like to go through YouTube and look at a lot of beats and listen to them and see which ones I like. And top of them. So
absolutely,
that's my new strategy, though. Freestyle. You gotta stay relevant. That's what it's all about. And then put out music that people like and can feel.
Okay, so we've talked about some of the pluses of social media, being able to get out there, being able to, for people all around the world to hear some of your music. Now, what do you think is maybe some of the downsides of social media? Are there any? Or do you think it's nothing but pluses?
It's only a downside I think if you make it a downside. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, you're the artist. You put out what you want to put out.
Absolutely.
Especially being independent. You don't have anybody over top of you saying what you can put out and what you can't. So basically, it's creative mind control. I don't think the social media thing is a bad thing at all.
All right. Yeah. No. Good points. All right. Now, what are you hoping to accomplish in the next 6 months musically?
The next 6 months musically. My next mixtape, the projected release date for my next mixtape will be April 23rd, which is my birthday.
Beautiful.
That would be called The Rapture. So with The Rapture, I'm just trying to give a whole different perspective to life than I did on Lo and Behold. Lo and Behold was so gritty and grimy, and I just wanted to tell my story coming fresh out of jail. For people that didn't know who I was, I let them know who I was. So now you know who I am. I can go to different things now. I can talk about some different matters. I got a few artists that I'll be working on their project. I'll be executive producing their project. So I'll be looking out for them, especially A.R. and Teo, my little cousin. His EP will be dropping in a few weeks. So,
beautiful, beautiful. Now, if listeners say they want to check out, say they like what they heard in the last song, and they're like, I want to check out Lo and Behold. Where can they get that?
Lo and Behold, you can look up Lo and Behold on datpiff.com, and just put in LO, ampersand, Behold, and you can look me up on the Polo 500. And also, I have a SoundCloud account, Polo 500.
Now, is that all one word? Do you put a space in between there, or is it Polo 500?
On SoundCloud, there's a space between it.
Okay.
And you can also look me up as Bar 9. It'll come up beside my name as well. So they come Polo 500, a.k.a. Bar 9. Facebook, okay. Marcus Polo Yates. So you can look me up on Facebook. And then as well as Instagram. You can look me up on Instagram under Polo 500. Polo _ 500.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, where are you thinking? I want to know from your perspective. Where do you think music is going in the next 5 to 10 years? Do you think it's going to continue? Because it really feels like the really hardcore rappers, like the gangster rappers, it almost seems like they're nowhere to be found anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, it's almost like the toughest rapper that's out there is Kendrick Lamar, or Jay-Z, who hasn't been in the streets in 20 years. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, it was a DMX, it was a Busta Rhymes, it was a this, or that. It just seems like it's really watered down as far as credibility goes. Do you think that matters, or do you think it's okay because as long as the music stays at a high standard?
To me, credibility does matter, but at the same time, if somebody's putting out good music, we got to look at it at the end of the day. Rap, hip hop, music as a whole is an entertainment business. So, of course, everything's right because they didn't do. But as long as I really don't care. I just like to hear some music. And a lot of people say hip hop is dying out right now, or it's losing its edge. There's a lot of good music in the underground right now. Like, I keep my ears in the street, so I like a lot of underground music. So a lot of different things that I like to listen to. You know, I don't put myself in one category. I like hardcore. I like R&B and hip hop. You know.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. So before we wrap up the interview, I know this is a little unexpected, but how would you feel about doing a little freestyle?
That's good.
Beautiful. All right. So just remember, we're live. We're on FM radio. No cursing. If you curse, we have to hang up on you.
All right.
All right. We're ready when you are.
All right. Ready. Look. Got the weight of the world weighing on me. Who's real and who's phony? 5 breezies on my line. It's still in all. I'm feeling lonely. Don't hang with too many homies. Don't really speak to my fam. If I had a deal, the same one that couldn't stand me. What's the world coming to? What's a girl supposed to do when she's stranded in this world alone and doesn't have a clue? Because daddy used and abused and mama's so damn confused. Imagine every night your mother come home with a different dude. Her face be battered and bruised. Her face be and dude, she's swinging on different moves. Wild rock like it's my last day, cause I ain't trying to lose. Vacations a different cruise, just living for time lost. She my youngest eating with me. I'm living life like a boss. Sneak this in the.
You got it, my man. That was good. Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah,
I appreciate the outlook. Thank you.
Absolutely. So Polo 500. Before we let you go, what is your Twitter so people can hit you up?
Twitter is Polo Blanco 500. POLO BLACBANCO 500.
Polo Blanco 500.
Uh-huh.
All right, beautiful. And if you want to check out that last mixtape, lo and behold, that's on Dat Piff, and his next mixtape is coming out April 23rd. Polo, we appreciate you stopping by Psych Word, man. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Polo 500. That was good, man. I like him.
I love what he said about success.
Hold on. Mike's not on.
Mike's not on. Okay, Mike's on. Mic check. I love what he said about success and just going after your dream. But it's interesting, right? It's like a lot of people have that self-sabotage. They don't believe in themselves even when other people tell them, hey, you're really great and you have a gift. It takes our own inner self to find that power and that strength to move forward with what we want to do.
And you know what? I hate that it's human nature that if someone tells you an oven is hot, you still have to put your hand there.
Crazy, right? Well, everybody learns differently, right?
Everyone learns differently.
I mean, some people listen and some people don't. But that's your journey.
Smart people learn from their own mistakes.
This is true.
Wise people learn from the mistakes of others.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, definitely. Good
That's
interview.
the way it goes.
We have 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes, baby.
Another end of the week. I thought the self